What's up, everyone? So it's Friday night. I'm just kind of relaxing at the house. So I'm doing a little nitpicking on my arrows. Right now I'm tuning my broadheads to my vanes so they match. I got a little homemade jig here that I made. Okay, I'll show you that. So it's just a piece of 1x2 with some nails. They make an X, so that's what holds your arrow. And then I've got a block with some 150 grit sandpaper on it. And then all you do is you set the arrow on there, you give it some spins until your broadhead blades line up with your vanes. Obviously, you would only really want to focus on this if you've got 3-blade broadheads, which I do. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll show you a few and show you how they turn out. Usually when you glue your inserts in, your broadheads are going to be a little bit off of where your vanes are. So I'm going to hold the vertical vane that would go up when I knocked it in my bow, and you can see the broadhead is slightly off. So I need to sand a little bit off the end in order to get that to line up. I'm going to do that real quick, show you how my little homemade thing's working. First thing, broadheads are sharp. Goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyways. So be careful. Alright, now I'm going to stick my arrow into my little holder with my nails. I'm going to press it up against this block, which is covered in sandpaper. I'm going to hold it flat. And I'm going to twist it. However far your broadhead is off from being in alignment, that'll kind of dictate how many spins you give it. From the first two that I've done, I'm finding that about 50 to 100 turns is kind of your range. I'm sure if you use a little bit coarser sandpaper, it might do it a little faster, but I'd rather go slow and then sand too much off. So let's try that. There we go. So, holding my vane perfectly vertical, almost there, a little bit more. So they do make an arrow squaring tool. There's a few of them on the market. They're about 40 to 50 bucks. Mine was free. Took me about 5 minutes to make it. One thing you do need to be sure of is at the end of your 1x2 and both the bottom and the face of your sanding block are both perfectly flat. And also you need to, once you pound your nails in, stick an arrow on, put a level on your arrow, make sure that it's perfectly level. Let's try it one more time. And my bottom vane, that looks pretty good. I'm going to run through and do the rest of these, and I'll check back with you guys here in a bit. Not all of your arrows are going to be perfect. I got my reel spinner here. Once I get them matched to my vanes with my broadheads, I'll throw them on the spinner. I'll watch the knock and I'll watch the very tip of the broadhead. If I have one that has some wiggle in it, it's alright. Doesn't matter. I got a dozen of them. So a couple I'm sure are going to be like that. If I get one that's perfectly lined up, perfect spin, no wiggle at all, I'll mark that. And I'll show you guys what I'm doing to mark it once I find another perfect one. be sure to check your broadhead alignment often rather than going to town on your arrow shaft and then checking it and having it be too far, because then you're going to have to go all the way around again, and you might even get too much off the front of your shaft. So check often. Found another perfect arrow. There we go. Alright, well, I got 6 done out of my 12, so I'm going to shoot them and I'm going to see if there's any difference. I know that some people will say that this makes absolutely no difference at all, which could be, but I'm doing it because I want to, and I want to potentially have any and every advantage I can get. That's fine with me, even if it tightens my groups up by 1/4 inch. If it doesn't tighten them up at all, I have confidence in knowing that they're all lined up and all my broadheads are consistent and they'll leave the bow in the exact same spot as the rest. So take this video as you will, guys. Hope you learned something. If anything, it showed you how to make a homemade arrow squaring device for installing the nocks in the back of your arrows. So hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, shoot straight.